Manchester United finally won a football match, which seems like the first in months. I cannot tell you when that Forest game was. It seems like it's been over a year since we ever won a game, but I am so happy to be making this video when we actually have won and secured 3 points for the first time in a while. Now, was it the best performance? Absolutely not. Is there much to be improved on? Absolutely, but at least we got 3 points. Since last time we spoke, we've dropped 2 games, won 1, got 2 players back from injury, lost 1 more. So as always, the state of United is chaotic. It's a lot going on, and we are here to talk about all of it. So let's get right into it. Manchester United won, Burnley nil. Manchester United go into Turf Moor and secure the 3 points. It wasn't the prettiest performance of all time, but we take those. We absolutely take those 3 points and get the hell out of Turf Moor and get back to Old Trafford, where we have 6 of our next 7 games are at Old Trafford, actually. The only away game is at Sheffield United, so we do have a chance to build some momentum here, but let's get into the actual game. Just pre-game, there was a lot of stuff going around. It was rumored that Lisandro Martinez was going to be out, and that leads people to believe with Maguire, Varane coming back from injury as well, that, it was more than likely going to be a Lindelof and Johnny Evans center back partnership in 2023. And so that caused quite the uproar, but, fair play to Johnny Evans. He was really, really solid and even, good, I would say. He has that goal disallowed, which, VAR is going to VAR. We haven't been on their side this season, but I thought the goal should have stood. And then he also gets the magnificent assist, a weak-footed, left-footed, flighted ball over the top to Bruno Fernandes, who obviously finishes it sublimely. Chef's kiss. That's just what we expect from Bruno. His game-breaking quality is one that few players in this world have, and I'm very happy he's on my side. But yeah, in terms of the personnel, another guy that really shined for me was Hannibal. Hannibal gets his first Premier League start away at Turf Moor in a hostile environment, and I thought he played brilliantly. So much of what we were missing in that midfield was just legs, just guys that are going to consistently mark a man, someone who can provide energy into the team, who's going to hustle down loose balls, but who can also, keep calm on the ball, has a solid technical foundation, can distribute, can just do the simple things. And I thought Hannibal did an excellent job. You can just see how much of a difference some youth, some energy, some running power, some legs has in this midfield, and I thought it made a ton of difference. I also thought this was a good bounce back game for Onana after having that really bad error away at Bayern. I thought he bounced back really well, made a couple nice saves, had that really nice intervention in the 90th minute or whatever it was when Reguilon kind of went off and he had to make a nice little save there. I thought he was just solid all around, and I think it was nice to see him have a good game after that really bad error in midweek. In terms of the whole performance, I still think there's a lot to build on, and I think a lot of it comes down to, personnel and injuries. I think so many times in the build-up, I tweeted this out, but, Johnny Evans was basically begging for someone to, especially McTominay, to come and show for the ball when Onana had it. And Onana and Casemiro were basically just standing still in build-up, and so there was no options. Onana had to hoof it long a lot of times, and it was just like, we don't have a single midfielder still, a deep-lying playmaker that can come in and is comfortable receiving the ball off the goalkeeper or the center backs. And that really, really hampers us in build-up, especially without Lisandro Martinez. Like, we didn't have any progression, really, from the back line. So that's something that definitely, I think, will improve with the likes of Amrabat, the likes of Komi Benu, even the likes of Mason Mount coming back into the squad. Just having someone that's a little bit better, kind of dropping deep and recycling the ball, controlling the tempo, controlling the pace of play, and especially, when we're getting pressed. Now, there's been a lot of talk on, why hasn't Erik ten Hag implemented his identity on this team, and he's had over a year, and he spent X amount of money. I'm here to kind of debunk that identity buzzword or that identity sentence that's been going around. We all know what Erik ten Hag did last year, right? He started trying to play his football. We got slapped up by Brighton, slapped up by Brentford, and he's like, okay, I'm going to adjust to the personnel that I have. I'm going to play the deepest line in the league. We're going to kind of sit back. We're going to get the most clean sheets in the Premier League, and we're going to hit on the counterattack with the likes of Bruno and Rashford, and we're going to grind out results that way. You could tell from the beginning of this season that we were starting that seismic shift of completely transforming the way we play and really Ten Hag implementing his identity. And then what happens? Everyone gets hurt. Everyone that is integral to this style of play gets hurt. We obviously want to press higher up the pitch. We're going to play a higher line. That's why he gets Mason Mount. He's leading our press. In the first 2 games, we were leading the league in possessions won in the opposition's final third. Mason Mount gets hurt. Antony, say what you want about Antony. He is one of the best players in his position out of possession in the press. He gets hurt. Varane, who is your best center back at nullifying opposition transitions, which is inevitably going to happen when you play a higher line, when you press higher up the pitch. He gets hurt. Due to the poor squad construction, the players that are coming in for the guys who got hurt are completely different profiles. Mount, the player who's leading your press, who has the most energy in that midfield, goes out. Eriksen comes in, a completely different type of player. Antony goes out. Obviously, the Jadon Sancho situation happens. You have to change the whole system and bring in Scott McTominay or Pellistri, two completely different things. Varane goes out. You have to bring in Lindelof. 2 completely different players again. And Erik ten Hag is now stuck with these guys who are the same players last season that weren't good enough to implement his identity in the first place. So I know it's an easy thing to say, to look at Tottenham and say Ange has already implemented his identity in less than 10 games. But Ange already had profiles in his team that suited his style of play. Erik ten Hag did not. And when you suffer so many injuries with a poor squad and replacements come in that are the completely opposite profiles of what you're trying to work with, maybe there's a reason why there's no identity in this team yet. Moving on, we have Palace next in the Carabao Cup, and I really want to see some rotation for this. I don't want to see the likes of Bruno, Rashford, or Lisandro Martinez starting in this game. I want to see Martial, I want to see Garnacho, I want to see Hannibal, I want to see Pellistri, those type of players. And I want to see the guys that are coming back from injury get some minutes under their belt and get that match fitness back up. I think over these next 6 to 7 games, like I said, we have a really, really good chance to build some momentum and kind of get that good feeling back in the squad. So yeah, we grabbed the 3 points at the weekend. Things are looking up. Things are looking good. We're getting more players back from injury. Hopefully we can just sustain while they come back. And yeah, we move on to Palace on Tuesday, and then we play them again on Saturday, which is so annoying, by the way. I feel like we play them twice in a row every damn season. But until the next one, I'll see you guys. Peace.